Oh, there is no sound. There we go. See, you probably couldn't hear me on YouTube or Facebook until just now. Fortunately, there aren't many folks on yet, so that's good. Just doing a little bit of sharing here. So bear with me for a couple of minutes. Sorry about that, guys. Forgot to send the email. Have my keyboard pushed way back so I can get my microphone right in front of me. So not that anyone asked any of that, but that's why you're looking at the top of my head for a minute there. Facebook's a little slow getting to the party today, but that's all right. I haven't set out the notification yet. Silva Kutin just joined. What's up? One thing I'm discovering is that Instagram is much better at alerting users when somebody goes live than our Facebook or YouTube. So that's interesting, at least it is to me. So somebody let me know when you can see and hear me, so I know I'm not talking to myself. And I'm just going to share this in a few dozen places. Adam, say something funny for me. All right, all right. Well, I guess I'll just have to babble while I do this because I can't stand there to be silence. I have had a fantastic week so far, and I don't know why, but I feel a little guilty about that, but things have gone very, very well so far, so I'm very happy about that. And hopefully, if we get together like this, I can help some of you be happy too. Right now, nobody's showing up. Not sure what's going on with that. But the first portion of these are always very boring, so that's okay. Grab this description. For some reason, there we go. Tillman Matt says, hello, Chris. He says, yes. Pixfolio Indian Wedding Photography Kolkata said, maybe. He said, Amazon is reducing fees. Yeah, they really cut fees bad down to like 1% for some categories. It's ridiculous. Tillman Matt says, can you explain social signals? Sure. A social signal is a like, share, +1, retweet, etc. on a social profile like Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, all the rest. And what it is not is a post on those profiles. It's when the actual resharing of it. And the SEO benefit of those is that Google wants to provide the best possible product for its customers, and their product is their search results. So by getting social signals for your sites and your links and things, what you're doing is telling Google that people are talking about what it is that you are doing, and therefore they're like, hey, people are interested in this. We should reward it with better with more search results. So that's kind of the point of social signals. The best ones are ones that happen because of something you did, you know. But the second best ones are the ones I sell. So that's kind of what social signals are. I hope that answers that. Now we're getting some folks on. Just took a few minutes. I'm almost done sharing. I got about 4 more of these to go. I really need to find a way to streamline this, but like doing it with tools like Agora Pulse, which I love, but I found that it really, really kills the reach that I get. So it's better just to share these around manually. And plus it gives me something to do in this early portion when there's not much to really talk about because nobody's on yet. So if you guys have any questions about what we're talking about today, or any questions about anything, SEO, business, marketing, life, pepperoni making, whatever, let me know and we'll talk about it. And if not, then I'll just go get back to work once we're done. Either way, I am here for you. Ross says, hey, Chris, how's it going? Good, Ross. Always a pleasure. Expert Web Design says, sorry, just arrived. Is affiliate marketing dead? I mean, nothing is ever dead as far as business or strategies or things like that. But Amazon deeply reduced the amount of commissions that most of its categories get yesterday. Some went from 8% to 3%. Some went down all the way down to 1%. So if you were relying on Amazon for your affiliate income, I'm almost willing to say that, I'm almost comfortable saying that Amazon affiliate is dead because it's just going to be so hard to make money with it now. And, you know, they suck. Like, they don't treat people well at all as far as affiliates go. As a company, I think that Amazon does some great things. But as far as affiliate goes, I think that they don't really like their affiliate program and are happy to have it gone. Not gone, but to the point where it's almost pointless. So, all right, guys, 2 more shares, and then I can focus my full attention on the questions and stuff. Because without the shares, there aren't any questions, and vice versa. Now, I'm not going to lie. Part of the reason that I labeled this video the way I did was I wanted to rank for Is Affiliate Marketing Dead? So we'll see if that works. All right. Sharing is done. Tealman says, thanks. Thank you. Maria Angelica 6370 joined on Instagram. What's up, Maria? Jim says he would love to learn more about pepperoni making. I don't actually know that. You called me out and I was clearly lying. I don't know how to make pepperoni, but I sure do enjoy it. Kathy says, what do you feel is the best platform for e-commerce? I'm going to go ahead and say WooCommerce, unless you mean where to get products. As far as building a site, I'm going to say WooCommerce. If you mean to get your products, having your own product is the best, and then probably drop shipping from one of the, well, not anymore, but drop shipping from some other provider. I don't really know that much about e-commerce. Normally I would have said from China, but you know, given the state of the world. Which products to focus? I'm not sure what you mean. Can you just clarify that for me, Pixel Photo? Vasco, this really isn't the place to ask for that. I know you've put in support tickets for it and it's on the to-do list, but right now we have other priorities, but eventually that we'll modify that to some degree for you. That said, you need to think about why you're hiring people that you're worried about doing that a little bit, I think, too, and maybe refine your hiring strategy a little bit. But you're right, that is an issue. But no, asking on a live stream with dozens of people on is not a way that's going to help it get done any faster. But we haven't forgotten about it, but we just have a limited amount of dev time. And the more crummy things that people make us do, like posting things that they have for sale on the job board, the more time we have to spend on that, the less time we can spend on things like that. But we haven't forgotten about you, buddy. Ross says, and I can't even see over top of this question. Ross says, I have taken on a dentist who wants to rank for multiple towns and suburbs. I was planning to make a page for each of its services, teeth whitening, etc. Then once it's done, if I add an areas covered and did a page for each suburb, would this let him rank for teeth whitening in suburb 1 through 7, for example? Just wanted to make sure Google can understand the way I'm planning on setting it up. That sounds right, assuming you're talking about organic ranking. It sounds like you're on the right track. What I would do is ask that question to Scott in the Academy Facebook group, because Scott is both very good at multiple service area sites as well as dentist sites. So I would definitely ask him about that, but definitely it sounds like you're on the right track. Matilda Ivy says, what do you think about lead gen sites as passive income sources? They're not truly passive, first of all, because you still have to sell. I've never been a big fan of the lead gen site model because you have to do all the work up front to get them to rank before you can sell anything. And then you have to go out and sell just like you would if you were selling to a client. And I would rather have a retainer where I know how much is coming in. I get the upside to it, which is that you own the site, and that therefore if they cancel, you just flip it over to somebody else, and you're building your own assets. But I'm not a fan of it. But that's not to say it's wrong. It's just not my preferred model. Lots of people coming on now. It just took a while to get heated up. Even over on Instagram, we have some folks on. Well, sort of. They don't seem to stay on very long. Which products to focus on for affiliate? That's kind of up to you. I would take into account the situation in the world right now, and when you're selecting a product and seeing what you can come up with that will fit the current situation. I think you should also do something you have either knowledge about or interest in. But overall, I can't really recommend a specific product without knowing more about what you do. But basically, you want something that will something that's going to make a good commission versus how much it's going to cost you to get it to rank. So give me 1 minute here. Multitasking a little bit. Be Bad Boy Pennant just joined on Instagram. Let's see. Lots of questions coming in. What do you think about, what do you think syndication network? I'm sorry, can you clarify? Yeah, I'm not sure what you're asking me there, Thielman. Ross says, yes, organically, I will do that. Thanks, man. Thank you. Vasco says, that's my next question for sure. What's your best tip on hiring people you can trust? Should they be friends and family, maybe? I don't know. I've never hired friends and family. I don't have any friends, really, outside of business. But, I mean, I have a few. And I haven't hired any family. You just have to start small and then build that trust over time. Like Georgie, when he started with me, he was just doing my SynWire blasts. And now he runs my entire service business and does some other things for me too. And he's one of the people I trust more than, at least on the business side, well, in general, but he's one of the people I trust most in the world right now. So I think you just have to start small, assess their capabilities and their character, and go from there. I I say a lot, and I know that's annoying, and I apologize for that. One moment here, please. Got to check into something that just came up. Okay. And let's see what else we got. Jim says, hard pass on hiring friends and family, not worth the risk. That's kind of was my thought as well. But you never know. Or, I mean, you do know. I haven't done it, so I don't like to say do or do not do something I haven't done. But my thought as well was that, it leads to too many problems. And, I don't really advise that either. B Bad Boy Pennant says, what are you up to? Not much, just working away and taking a little time to hang out with my peeps. I probably just sounded like the boomerest of boomers just then, which, by the way, is what you call a male kangaroo I found out yesterday. Jim says, I also do not take on projects for friends and family either. Yeah, I mean, that's hard to say no to sometimes, but I don't either because, unless I'm just doing it out of the kindness of my heart, but I don't take on paid projects for them because it just leads to so many awkward situations like that one I just had where I couldn't say awkward. But yeah, I agree with that. So Vasco, what you need to do is hire someone to do small things for you and then just kind of build up that trust over time. So maybe you just outsource some of the tasks for you to them, and then you just kind of go from there. But it sounds like you need to work on your trust a little bit too. Could the Amazon changes be good? Could there be less competition if the big affiliates drop out? Maybe, but what does it matter if you can only make, $1 when you sell 100, or even $3 when you sell 100? You have to get so much volume at that rate to make it worth your while. I don't see how it's good for anybody but Amazon, and it's not like they were hurting. So I could be wrong. I don't know. Jim says, good clarification. I've done from some free consulting for them, but wouldn't want to be in a position where money is involved. Yeah, I mean, I help my mom with her Shopify store sometimes, and I don't mind doing that sort of thing or giving advice or things like that. But yeah, I wouldn't want to take money from them. I wouldn't do it anyway because I would feel like the biggest eggplant in the world. But no, yeah, I think that's probably the way to do it. Rafamous7 just joined on Instagram. What's up, Rafamous? Probably didn't pronounce that right. And expert web design, that's really just my opinion, of course. I could be wrong, but I don't see how you make the numbers work with the way it is right now, or the way it will be in next week. But to me, this is all the more reason. In general, I'm not. I love affiliate marketing, but I hate it too. I love it because it's what got me into all of this, and everything I've accomplished. Not that I've accomplished that much, but everything I've done in the last 5 years was because I initially had an interest in affiliate marketing, and I still do some of it. But like I said in that video I put out earlier today, which you should totally check out, is that you're sending money to. You're sending customers and traffic and to other people's businesses, and you're not building a real business per se. And, it's basically like having a job, except it's a little bit more passive. So I'm not an advocate of doing affiliate marketing for your main business opportunity, not like I am for freelancing or SEO. Expert Web Design said his main category went from 5.5% to 3%. I mean, You'd have to do the math, but that may be workable. So there may be an opportunity for you there. I mean, who knows? But it's almost certain that some of the bigger affiliates are going to dip out. I know that if I were counting on it at all, I would certainly have gotten out of it today or yesterday or whenever. Just because, well, first of all, it's a dick move. Pardon my language, but it's a dick move. But also, it's just it makes it so hard to make a living that way, you know? So yeah, it sucks, you know? Rafamous says they know there is no place else to buy now. Yeah, I kind of think that's what it is they've gotten to the point where they're like, screw it, why should I pay? Everybody's going to buy from us anyway. Why should I pay affiliates anything significant? I don't know that, but I mean, that theory happens to make sense with the known facts. Just because something makes sense doesn't mean it's true. I know that probably upsets conspiracy theorists out there, but yeah, that I agree. I kind of feel like that's probably the motivator there. Rafamous says, yep, seems logical. Yeah, I mean, again, I like to think the best of companies and people, but it certainly seems like that. And the timing is just brutal, unfortunately. I mean, not that there's ever a good time, but, you know, it's the equivalent of laying off, you know, thousands of people. Alrighty. Expert Web Design says, wait till you're paying your Legiit affiliates millions. See if your opinion changes. Well, fortunately, the way the affiliate program is set up on Legiit, it's not really any different paying a freelancer than it is paying an affiliate. But it does suck for freelancers when they have to pay portion to an affiliate. It doesn't suck for them, but it definitely impacts them, but that's still a sale they wouldn't have otherwise gotten. So, you know, I get why looking at the numbers, it's frustrating, but you have to think about that being a sale that you wouldn't have otherwise gotten. So yeah, I get that you're just making a joke, but yeah. Rafamous says, can I ask you what your bread and butter SEO clients? Are you asking me what my favorite type of clients are or what I do in SEO? Can you just clarify that a little bit? I'm not sure which of those you're asking. Laurel Millions just joined, or is it Yanni? Anybody remember that? No? Okay. Rafamous, if you're asking where I make most of my money, it's between owning Legiit and then SEO clients and then a little bit of affiliate marketing, not so much affiliate SEO, but affiliate marketing. I do get a little bit from affiliate SEO and then from services, training, and software. My base income source, Legiit, is definitely my biggest earner. But then after that, it's I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at it because I really don't pay myself anything from Legiit. I guess SEO, services, in clients, and training and software are I don't know the distribution, but that's kind of the bulk of what we do, along with some consulting and some other things. Owning Legiit. Oh yeah, that would be great. Well, it depends on what day you ask me. Some days I think it's great. Other days it makes me wish I had just stuck to doing, you know, e-commerce or something because it's a lot of management, but it's worth it and it's really helped a lot of people. At least I hope it has. So Rafamous says, okay, thank you. Thank you, Rafamous. And guys, I think we are caught up on questions for the moment, so I'm going to take a drink. My brother just liked this video. If you're watching, say hello. Although you have no soul, so you may not be able to. He's redheaded, you see, so. Alrighty. My brother says hi. What's up? Didn't mean to peer pressure you there. I just thought that would be funny. He says that's rude, but I'm not wrong. That's also my grandfather pictured there, by the way. May he rest in peace. Irish Hikabaria just joined. Rafamous says hello. Serafino Perry just joined. Instagram's killing it today. I sounded like a teenager just saying, killing it today. Giving Back Always just joined. That's a great username. Brian says, good morning from down under. Good morning, Brian. Hey, while I got you here, Brian, I sent you a PM yesterday on your personal page. So check that out for me when you get a moment. I think you'll appreciate it. Hope you're doing well down there, buddy. Lisa Felt just joined. Hello, Lisa. Always a pleasure. Today we have been talking about, among other things, we've been talking about changes that Amazon made to their affiliate program yesterday, where they dramatically slashed the amount of money that people are going, the commission that people are going to get from numerous categories. We had one person say that his went from 5.5 to 3%. I know others went from 8% to 3%. Some got taken down to 1%. And it's really, really hard to, in my opinion, to make a living with that. And I really think it means that freelancing is a much better option than Amazon affiliate right now. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but let's just do some quick math. In order to make even say 20 grand a year at 3%, that's what, 60,000 you have, or no, 600,000 you have to sell. Is that right? I'm terrible at math. Yeah, if you sell $600,000 at 3%, you're going to make 18 grand. That's just terrible. And it takes so much to get so little. You don't get to keep the customers or anything. I recommend anyone that's trying to get started with making money online and working from home, start with freelancing instead. And not just because it benefits me, but I mean, because that's how I started. And if I would have just stuck with affiliate marketing, it would have taken me a lot longer, and who knows how my life would have turned out. So I think freelancing is the way to go. I think Amazon doesn't give a shit, pardon my language, about affiliates. And I think that this is proof of that. So I don't know how else to go about that, saying what I'm saying, but yeah, there you go. That's kind of what we're talking about today. That's why it says, is affiliate marketing dead? And if you want to get started with freelancing, I'll drop a link that you can get to, that you can go to. It'll show you kind of how, as a free course, it's kind of how I got started with freelancing, and it really changed my life. We wouldn't have Legiit. We wouldn't have a lot of the things that have happened over the last 5 years without it. So I'm very, very, I don't know, happy, proud, whatever. I want everyone to benefit from it like I have.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Get bigger and let me know.
That scared me. That's why I screamed like Beavis and not like a girl, like some of you probably thought. Not that there's anything wrong with being a girl. So yeah, you can scoop up that free freelancing course that I just dropped in the chat there. That's an old webinar that's on that page. So you can just click the button on that page and get taken to the free sign up. So hopefully that'll help out some folks. Ladies Thomas just joined. What's up, Thomas? I'm not going to say that whole thing again. All right, guys, we've been here for a half an hour. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about? SEO, business, affiliate marketing, pizza. I don't know why I always go to food stuff. I must seem like I have an eating disorder or something as much as I talk about food, but I really don't even eat very much. So all right. I mean, there's still plenty of folks on, but if we run out of steam, we will wrap this up early. If there's any, I hope that you guys are enjoying these live streams. I know I certainly am. They have certainly made these long days go better, at least for me. I hope that they have for you too. If you want to get notified when I go live, you can, I'll drop the link to that too. It's like live stream notifications or something like that. And let's see. It's superstarseo.com/the SEO water cooler. So I'll drop that in the chat as well. That way you get notifications whenever I go live. I do these every day, but it's not at any particular time. So, and it looks like we are running out of questions here pretty quickly. So we may have to wrap this up. Brian just joined. Brian, this is not the first time that we have been in a situation where we had to sneak out in order to go out. But this is much more severe than Jared getting mad at us for going to get iced coffee. Nobody knows what I'm talking about right now, but that's okay. All right, everybody's being quiet, and there are some people starting to dip off now. So I will give this until another minute and a half. And if there's no more interaction, then we will just call it a day. Always enjoy doing these, always a pleasure. But I am running out of ways to babble, so might be time to wrap it up in about another minute. We'll see. If you guys have anything you'd like to talk about on these sessions, let me know, like on today's stream, and I'll try to talk about it tomorrow or sometime soon. You know, that never hurts to have a topic in mind. I don't usually when I fire these up, but that's okay. Expert Web Design during the day says during the day, I have so many questions for you. I get to the live stream and my mind goes blank. You know what I do? Because that happens to me a lot too. And I just write them down or put them in my phone as soon as they come to mind. Not just questions, but ideas and things like that, because I have that same issue. Like I have so many things I want to think about or do or talk about or ask that they come and go pretty quickly. So I have like, I don't know if you have an iPhone or an Android or something like that, but I have notes on my iPhone and I just write it down right then. Otherwise it's gone quicker than it showed up. So just a thought. Hector says, Chris, how many languages do you talk? Really just one. I know a few Spanish words and a few other words in other languages, but I'd never be able to check the box that says, you know, this. I also know a little bit of JavaScript and Visual Basic and C#, if that helps. Maybe a little bit of Java. Those aren't the languages you mean, most likely, but spoken languages, no. All I really know is English for the most part. A little bit of Klingon. It's something that appeals to me, and I wish that I had at some other point in my life taken another language. But I mean, I did in school, but I couldn't. I probably cheated or something to get through that. But yeah, I don't really know any others, unfortunately. So, all right. Spanish words and a few other words. Stop it. Alrighty, it seems to be winding down. I like to end on a multiple of 5, so we'll go another 3.5 minutes. But because I'm compulsive, so. But once that's up, we'll probably call it a day because it seems like everybody is doing other things. Brian said, had a question, wrote it down, but I've lost it. Searching now. All right, take your time, Brian. There's literally no hurry. And if you don't get it now, you can always ask it. You're in one of the groups. Jade says, hi, Chris. Hey, Jade. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for showing up again. Still looking out for that. Jade has signed up for Superstar SEO Academy like we were talking about yesterday. Love to have you on board, buddy. Hector says, is Google taking new GMB listings at the moment? I don't know. I know that they have restricted many of their things, like reviews. Although I saw somewhere that reviews were back. I haven't seen that to be the case, but I don't know. I would be reluctant. I have a client that needs about 12 of them optimized, and I'm reluctant to touch them right now because if it sets it into review, who knows how long it could be to get them approved, you know? But I don't know. So that probably wasn't helpful to you at all. Jade says, give me some time, bro, as soon as I can. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. But because you mentioned it yesterday, but I really would love to have you on board, but there's no pressure. I was just ball busting, for lack of a less crude term. I'm pretty sure I know who's you're in now, and I know that we update much more regularly than do they. So, but no, I'm just giving you a hard time, Jade. All right, you're about to hear me. Actually, let me do this. For some reason, when I can't see the questions unless I maximize the Facebook live stream, I can't see them on Facebook, that is. But when you maximize it, the volume, if you have it muted, the mute goes off. So not that anyone asked. Panadda says, I've been pending mode with my GMB for about a month. Well, there you go. That's kind of what I figured. I didn't know, but yeah, that's kind of what, unfortunately, that's what figured. Jade says, all good, Pally. Brian says, I put up reviews for my clients recently and last week, but they haven't shown up yet. Yep. Yeah, that's typical. Not typical, but that's what's going on right now, unfortunately. It's very frustrating for those of us in the industry, but that should also tell you a few things about Google. First of all, it tells you how much manual review they actually do, because I always assumed that most of it was automated and manual was the exception. Clearly, that's not the case, or they felt that it's enough of the case that they couldn't risk it. It also tells you probably where a lot of their staff is located. And it also tells you what a bunch of garbage that they have to look at every day with fake reviews and spam and all the other problems that we all know about. It tells you how much they have to deal with that they were willing to shut those features off rather than try to get them done remotely. So yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. I'll just leave it at that. Alrighty, we are here for 40 minutes now. So it looks like we'll go another 4 or 5 and then probably wrap up. Good session as always. Brian says, P.S. I changed my banner in services, if that means anything. Oh, that's cool. I think I looked at it yesterday, right? Or did you do it again? Let's take a look. I appreciate you taking the action, though. It frustrates me when people ask for advice and then don't do it or don't take it or whatever you want to say. Yeah, this is the one I looked at yesterday. It's looking good, man. Looking real good. And we changed the default font, so it's no longer that dull gray, and it actually pops a little better, so that's good. Your page is looking really sexy, so yeah, definitely check out that message I sent you when you get a minute. Let's go ahead and show that on screen too, just for kicks and giggles, although kicks isn't really what I meant to say there. Yeah, this is Brian's service. Brian does these these social media videos, I guess is what you would call them. They look really, really good. I don't know what it's going to play like, but let's show a different one. So I don't know how well that's going to play over the stream, but yeah, check out Brian on Legiit. I'll go ahead and drop his link in the chat. Brian said, "Oh, that's good on the default gray." Yeah, thank you. It bothered me too. Like not like enough to deal with it sooner than I did, obviously, but it did for me as well. All right. Still got a handful of people on, about 16 or 15 people. Adam says, I think the GIF cover is more catchy than the static one. I disagree, but I can see why some people would think one way and some people would think the other. I'm not a fan of the GIF personally, but a lot of people are. It just depends on your service and how you want to present it. So, photography, zero videograph something, it just joined. Maurice Maid just joined. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up at 45 minutes. So we got about a minute and a half left. So if you have any other questions or anything you want to talk about, now is the time. Otherwise, I'm just going to get back to the grind with Eric Neese. Definitely showed my age with that one. Deli Collection 86 just joined on Instagram. Oh, what's up, Deli Collection? Got about 1 minute left, guys. So if you got any last minute questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, yeah, those are the only words I can think of. Let me know. Nick just joined and Manny just joined. What's up, guys? Always a pleasure to see both of you. Nick Lever of the best reviews ever. Hector says, one of my local lead gen sites ranks for all the city keywords, but still stuck in position 4 on maps. I would check for conflicting NAP throughout Google. So just Google your NAP, name, address, phone number, and see if there are any listings that are former businesses or are wrong or anything like that, and start from there and see if you can clean those up. If so, that will usually get you there. If not, I would need to see more information. And just make sure that, normally I would say to make sure the GMB is optimized, but I'm afraid to tell you to touch that right now. So that's kind of all you can really do at the moment, How can you know a file / order is safe to download when using freelance websites? I mean, if it's uploaded to the site, it should be fine because it gets, it runs through a security software. I mean, I don't know. Overall, I don't see, I guess just scan it before you download it. I do think I know what you're talking about. So message me after, and I think it's probably okay. But I mean, overall, I think it's probably, you just have to use the same judgment you would from downloading from anywhere else, Nick says, sup? Says, I'm never up this early. Oh, yeah, I guess for you, it's probably about, 3 a.m. or something. I don't know exactly where you are in Australia, but I know I had a meeting with someone in Australia yesterday who thankfully I think is going to sign up. And it was 7 p.m. my time and it was 4 a.m. his time. So it must be really early right there because it's just before 5 p.m. here. Brian says, how many citations are recommended for a website? It's not so much how many, it's to get the main ones and the right ones, and then the niche and city relevant ones, and then the ones your competitor has. Those are kind of the main things. It's not like a number so much as it is a strategy. Nick says, is there any random thing you wish someone would sell on Legiit that hasn't yet been pushed? A friend of mine wants to try and join. I'd like to see more in the marketing services. So what I mean by that is things like agency style marketing, like email marketing or automation setup or social media management, things like that. I'd love to see more of that kind of thing. I'd love to bring on more agencies and have them, or more people. I'd love to bring in more agencies as customers. So I'd like to have some nice high quality services that they can white label and then sell to their client. So that sort of thing I think would be what I would like to see the most of. And that would probably go under like business and white label services, or maybe the individual tactics. So that's kind of where I would like to see Legiit go in the future, in addition to what it's already doing. Nick says it's 6 a.m. You're not usually up by 6 a.m. Lazy. Just kidding. JTaz28 just joined. What's up, JTaz? Check out something. I think I missed a question on another post. Not since COVID. I mean, do you mean you haven't been lazy since then, or what? Because if you mean the reviews, you still leave the best reviews. Hector says, I'm starting a call center soon. Is that a service that could be offered on Legiit? I would think so. I think there's probably people that need like appointment setters and cold callers and things like that. I was actually looking to hire some a while back. I'm not at the moment because, but yeah, I think so. I think there would be a market for that. It may be a little on the slow side, but I mean, it doesn't cost anything to list it, So I would get that on there. Just say, offer X number of hours for, I don't really know how the call center business works, to be honest, but yeah, I think so. Brian says, I found it. In services, there's a drop down, all normal and recurring. Well, what does that mean? Do you mean on Legiit? Let me see if I can see where you're talking about. Yeah, so all means all the services. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I'll just bring that up on screen as well. Yeah, so you're talking about this, all normal and recurring. All means just that. It means all of the services that you list. Normal means your non-recurring services. And then recurring means your recurring services. So if you have a monthly service, see how it shows like all my monthly recurring ones? So that's what that means, is recurring is ones that recur. Normal is everything that's not recurring. And then all is obviously all of them. So that's what that means. Let me take Brian's question off the screen and I'll run through that one more time. All just means, and this is in Legiit, you go to selling services. You can go to all. Just shows all the services you have, whether they're paused, whether they're active, whether they're admin rejected, and so on. Stefan Hines just joined on Instagram. What's up, Stefan? Normal is your non-recurring services. So basically, any service that you just do once, that's one and done. And then a recurring is obviously monthly services. So that's what that means, Brian. Brian says, okay, because I only have one service at this time. It only shows one. Yeah. As you have more, as you list more, that will become more useful to you. Or at least it should. To be honest, I've never used that, but I can see why it would be helpful. You can do it by status as well. Let's bring the screen back up. You can do it by status as well. So if you want to see like denied, I don't have any. Or if you want to see paused, I have a few that are paused. Most of them are tests, but some are things I don't do anymore. Like this one because the software I was using stopped working. See, draft is ones you've like started and then just stopped for whatever reason. And then active are ones that are currently available for sale. And then you can just go up to select status to see them all. So that's kind of what that does, Brian. Nick says, maybe I could suggest an A/B testing with everything going on with Amazon. People may want to test different affiliate networks, potential CTR, which for those that don't know stands for click-through rate. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think there's probably an opening for that as well. I would love to see us start adding more marketing and less SEO focused services. Not that I don't want those two, but I think that we're pretty well covered on SEO. And I'd like to see us start offering more of that sort of thing. I think that as we grow, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for that sort of thing. So yeah, if you're good at that, and I assume that you are, that would be a great thing to add, or maybe for your friend. Ninja Two-Handed just joined on Instagram. What's up, Ninja Two-Handed? Oh, there's a phone call, and I'm going to have to reject that because it looks like it might be legitimate. Sorry about that, Instagram. We just got a phone call. I always forget to put the phone on Do Not Disturb. Expert Web Design says, I definitely need to start selling on Legiit. Yes, you do. You, after all, are an expert web designer. Yeah, you definitely do. I remember talking to you a couple months back, and I think it would be a great addition to what you're trying to do. So, and you still need to do a follow-up with me on that at some point too. So yeah, you definitely need to get on. Just throw something up there, and done is better than perfect. Kathy just joined on Instagram. So did Solature25. What's up, guys? We've got about another 5 minutes to go. Kathy says hello. Ninja Two-Handed said you're just listening. That's cool. We just do these every day, sometime in the afternoon at Eastern time, usually. So I'm glad to have you on board. Jim, who knows a thing or two about web design, says web design is killing it right now. Yeah, Expert Web Design, this is really the time to jump on it. So just get something up there, man. We'll fill out worry about making it pretty later. Just get something listed, Jade says, is it hard to get a program to have a way for someone to sign a doc I send over, say like a work order and return? Do you mean something like DocuSign? Sounds like that's kind of what you need. I'm not 100% sure what you're asking. That's interesting. Legiit just joined on Instagram. So as did DC394. Instagram's doing well today by my standards. And by that, I mean that Legiit just waved. I mean that despite the fact that I have like 21,000 followers, I never get more than like 30 people on. Jade says, yeah, VeriSign. So yeah, I would just use one of those. Unless you're asking if you want to have something like that designed, because if so, then that strikes me as something that would be a large challenge, especially considering there are already solutions for it out there. No. If you're asking which one to use, then I use DocuSign when I have to. Brian says, can you cry underwater? I have a feeling that's the beginning of a dad joke. So I don't know. Can you or can I? All right, guys, I know I've said this a few times now, but we're coming up on an hour now. We got about 3.5 minutes left. So let me know what else we can do or we want to talk about. Jade says DocuSign will work. Wrote that down. Thanks. Thank you, Jade. That was a legitimate phone call, so I'm glad I didn't answer like I did that spam one the other day. I think I know who it was too. Not that you care, but you know. Brian says, questions that haunt me. I'm talking about, can you cry underwater? Well, why don't you, when the world goes back to normal, why don't you go test it for us when you have a bad day, Brian? That's the only way we're ever going to find out. John Schmitz says, best/most affordable way to transfer a website from Wix to WordPress. I haven't done it, but I mean, there's probably somebody on Legiit that can do that for you for pretty cheap. Otherwise, you can just get a web developer, and it shouldn't really cost much. Let me see what I can find. There you go. I haven't used this seller, and I'm not in any way recommending them, and they haven't signed on in several months, but there's at least one person on Legiit that offers that. I would message them before I buy it, though, because they haven't been on in 8 months. And that was just from a quick search. There may be more. But yeah, just search around on there. I'm sure there's somebody that can help. Or just list a job on the job board. Actually, that's probably even a better idea. And just tell them, you know, for $20 or whatever, or $50 or $100 or whatever you want to pay, that you just need you need a Wix site converted to WordPress. It shouldn't be that hard, though. I mean, the design at least shouldn't be that hard to do. It's funny that you bring that up, because that's, I think that's actually what that phone call was about. So, all right, Instagram, we're going to have to wrap up on there because I only have a minute left and it's about to disconnect me. So thanks for watching Instagram. We're going to keep going on Facebook and YouTube for about another minute, but thanks to Instagram. We'll do this again tomorrow. I appreciate all of you. See you soon. Good turnout on Instagram today. All right, guys, we got a minute left. So any last minute questions, fire away. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up like it was a Christmas gift. That was dumb. We're going to wrap like it was, like I was Cool Herc. Nope, also dumb. We're going to wrap like I can't think of anything else. So let's just forget all that just happened. Brian says, why do you have to put your 2 cents in, but it's only a penny for your thoughts? Where's that extra penny going? Taxes. Jim says, is this the definition of a last minute question? Yes. Josh says, how much do you make off Legiit? If you mean how much do I make as the owner of Legiit, the answer is 0. I don't pay myself anything from it. If you mean how much do I make as a freelancer, I make very, very good money on there. I don't really like sharing income numbers because I don't want the tax man to come get me. What's the best way to get SEO clients? It depends on your situation and your skill level and things like that. My favorite way of all time is what I'm doing right now, to be perfectly honest, just being present and being an industry leader and being visible. I call it the celebrity method. My second favorite way when I was doing outreach was cold email. If you're comfortable doing cold calling, that's a great way to do it. In the future, when we're allowed to meet in person again, if you're comfortable doing, if you're comfortable like going to networking and things like that, that works really well. Those are kind of the main ones. I don't do LinkedIn so much anymore because I don't do any outreach anymore, but I don't think LinkedIn works so much anymore because, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I don't do LinkedIn so much anymore because I think that the Sam Ovens of the world have taught people to ruin it and it just gets spammed to death. So yeah. Expert Web Design says 0. Worried the tax man is listening. I am worried the tax man is listening, but I'm being honest when I say I paid myself $0 as the owner of Legiit, because it all goes back into it. I make enough off a Superstar to pay myself. Explain cold email. I am on a very high level. I'm not sure what you mean by you're on a high level, but cold email is basically coming up with a prospecting list of people that need whatever it is you offer, whether it's SEO or something else, and then emailing them in a way that will start a conversation with them that you can then sell them on whatever it is that you offer. So what you don't want to do is what I call spray and pray, which is where you just get a list of hundreds or thousands of emails and just blast them out to the world. What you want to do is carefully go through, find people that your product or service solves their problem. And then you want to explain, you send them an email, politely say what you think you could help with, and then ask if they would be interested in talking more. It offers something specific. Don't just go, your website needs a lot of improvement. Don't just start by talking about yourself. Just identify a specific problem for each customer and give them the solution for free. And then if they want more, they can talk to you more about it. If not, you've done good for them, or maybe they'll want something down the line. So that, I think, is a pretty good answer to that. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up now, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll do this again tomorrow. I'll try to come up with a new topic. If not, we'll just hang out and chat. So appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day. I hope everybody's staying safe and doing well. And most of all, I want you to figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it. And because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. Josh says, thanks, I didn't know it worked. Yeah, it can work. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.